Hi, my name is Mara. I'll be informing you on Adolf Hitler's rise to power. My three main points are on Hitler creating Nazi Germany, becoming dictator, and the last days of peace before the chaos. People should be informed on Adolf Hitler's rise to power because what this monster of a person did to humanity will live forever on in history. I have researched the Holocaust and Adolf Hitler. I have been interested in it for years and have learned so much about his destructive personality. A quote from Adolf Hitler. "Those who want to live, let them fight, and those who do not want to fight in this world of eternal struggle do not deserve to live." Have you ever wondered what's going through the mind of the most heinous dictator in history? I'll be shedding light on the rise of Adolf Hitler and his monstrous legacy he has left behind. On September 12, 1919, Hitler attended his first German Workers' Party meeting. He then spent 2 days deciding on if he should join, and this is what he had to say. "I finally came to the conviction that I had to take this step. It was the most decisive resolve of my life. From here, there was and could be no turning back." In February of 1920, Hitler decided to hold the first mass meeting. In the summer of 1920, Hitler noticed the movement needed a symbol, so he chose the most infamous symbol of all time, the swastika. Hitler described the symbol involved. "In the red we see the social idea of the movement, in the white the national idea, in the swastika the mission of struggle for the victory of Aryan man, and at the same time victory of the idea of creative work, which is eternally anti-Semitic and will always be anti-Semitic." The name was changed to include the term National Socialist. Thus, the full name was National Socialist German Workers' Party, called short Nazi. Hitler offered everything to the German people. He offered work to the unemployed, prosperity to failed business people, profits to industry, expansion to the army, social harmony, and an end of class distinction to idealistic young students, and restoration of German glory to those in despair. The newly elected Reichstag met in the Kroll Opera House in Berlin on March 23rd to discuss Hitler's Enabling Act. This law, if passed, it would in effect vote democracy out of existence in Germany and ultimately establish Hitler's legal dictatorship. Hitler won dictatorship with 441 votes. Now that Hitler was dictator, he can finally turn his attention to the driving force that drove him into politics in the first place, his hatred of Jews. November 9th, 1938 was known as the Night of Broken Glass. During this night, Hitler had his army beat and murder Jewish men and terrorize Jewish women and children. Jewish shops and synagogues were vandalized, contents were crushed, and windows were smashed. Desecration of sacred terror skulls were tossed into a pile to be burned. September 1st, 1939, German troops stormed across the border of Poland, smashing in their way everything. The war for Lebensraum, which is living space, that Hitler had always wanted, had finally begun. 5 years, 8 months, and 6 days of bloodshed and destruction laid ahead. That would see some 40 million persons killed and much of the cultural heritage of Germany and Europe destroyed. The German people had surrendered to one man, and he had plunged them into a new world war to fulfill his own man ambitions. So, my name is Mara, and the purpose of this speech was to inform you on Hitler's rise to power. My speech topic was on Hitler's rise to power. Recap of my main points: Hitler's creation of Nazi Germany, becoming dictator, and the last days of peace before the chaos. A quote from Adolf Hitler. "Demoralize the enemy from within by surprise, terror, sabotage, assassination. This is the war of the future." The destruction this man made on history was nothing out of the ordinary. He was crazy, he was out for the kill. In his mind, Jews were nothing but a paper sack waiting to be burned.